Hello, everyone, and welcome to Total BS, a chance for you to hear my deep and personal thoughts and any other shit I want to talk about. Basically, I want to do this because I already do a really good podcast with my buddy Emmett, and then Saint Super and I are working on one as well. But, every once in a while, schedules don't align, and you want to just kind of spew some knowledge out or some silly shit that you're thinking about. So I decided, hey, let's start this one up, I got a microphone. Why not? Let's see what we got going on in the world, though. I've been kind of pissed off at the Google News feed on my Pixel. I go through the news on there, and it seems like they're always trying to sensationalize like really old, irrelevant shit. Like, for instance, I'm a big Elvis fan. Recently, they've been giving Elvis shit. Literally, there was a news story that said Elvis a pedophile and a rapist. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, Elvis has been dead for what, like 40 years, and you're just attacking him out of nowhere? And basically, it was saying that he had, an underage girlfriend when he was like 22 or something like that. I don't know the whole story, but I think it's one of those things that's kind of bullshit, attacking these people who lived in a completely different era and throwing around such bold accusations, like calling him a rapist and stuff like that. I'm like, it's fucking Elvis, dude. Seriously? I think if he was going around raping people, we would have heard about it. And let's be honest, did Elvis really need to rape girls? I don't think so. I think they were throwing themselves at him. So I don't know. I don't know what their angle is, but it feels like they're trying to do a lot of sensationalizing of old stories. Like, there was another one I saw that said, disturbing news about Rolling Stones member. And I read the story, and I'm like, oh, what's the disturbing news, Is he some kind of freak? All it said was he felt he might have been a sex addict. And I'm like, okay, a rock star likes to bang girls? That's your big story? Got any other big shockers for me? It's like, okay, Bill Wyman likes vagina. Ooh, shocking. I don't know. And then they do this other thing with the the Beatles, where they try to drudge up this old gossip from the 60s and make it sound like it's like totally new and relevant. Like, the time Paul McCartney almost hit John Lennon, Ringo was offended. And it's just like, dude, come on. Really? Really? We're pulling up shit from the White Album sessions? Like, it's the same kind of shit they do with the Wild West magazines. They're trying to make Wyatt Earp into gossip, It's like, yeah, those are real juicy tabloids, something that happened in 1891. I don't know what they're doing. It's all clickbait. It's like clickbait for old guys and weirdos like me, I guess. But what else do we have going on in the news? Whitney Houston, they have a hologram that they're going to start touring. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, Whitney was great, but are we going crazy with the holograms? I actually expected more from the holograms by now in the year 2019. I thought we'd be having holograms in Vegas by now. It's like, they did Michael Jackson. I think they said they were working on Kurt Cobain, which I'd love to see. That'd be amazing, but I doubt Courtney Love would sign off on that. But, well, I don't know. She'd probably like the money, so I don't know. A Kurt one would be cool. Lennon one would be very interesting. Elvis, obviously. Let's see. I'm drinking some tea. I'm getting over having a real sore throat. Drinking some green tea, which is very old lady-like of me. But it's good. It's helping. It's soothing. Let me tell you, if you guys want to jumpstart your summer diet early, get violently ill, and then just live off soup for a week, you're going to be beach body ready in no time. I'm just saying. But yeah, the Whitney Houston hologram, interesting. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's amazing what they could do just in the past 5-10 years. The advancements, like they did the Tupac one, I think at like Coachella or something like that. It looked really good. I mean, it's still a little uncanny valley, and they're trying to like work the kinks out, but keep an eye on it, man. Because I mean, can you imagine going to Vegas and seeing like a Rat Pack show, and they're all holograms? Going and seeing Sinatra, like if they perfect it, like how cool that would be. And then I think if you integrated it with like live dancers and some sort of interactive sets and light show, like I think it'd be fantastic. I would actually love that if they would perfect it and had something for everyone, a bunch of different artists. That'd be awesome. Another big thing in the news was Arnold Schwarzenegger got kicked when he was in Africa for some sporting event. And you can look up the video online, and some crazy fucker runs up behind him and like drop kicks Arnold. Arnold was pretty unfazed, though. I mean, he was like, he just kind of brushed it off. They even said he thought the crowd was just, pushing him a little bit. He didn't know it was as serious as it was until he saw the video. But I don't know the logic. I don't know why the hell someone would attack someone like Arnold. But it's crazy. If you watch the video, the guy went full force and his security was kind of slack, and they didn't catch him until after he'd already hit him. But looks like they caught the guy. Who knows if they're going to press charges or anything like that. But Arnold's a tough guy. I mean, 71, taking a kick like that. And Arnold was cool. I mean, he always handles everything with such grace. He was saying, don't even bother giving this guy any time, any attention. If you watch the video, try to look at the one with the different angle where you don't actually see the guy's face or hear what he's yelling. And Arnold was so cool. He was like, just follow my athletes. He's like, that attention that was gained from this silly attack on him, focus that on something positive. Focus that on the athletes that Arnold was there supporting. And I really respect that. Arnold always has a good way of spinning things, and yeah, he's a great dude. Respect the hell out of Arnold. Let's see what we got going on in Variety. So I guess everyone's freaking out about Game of Thrones. I've seen a couple episodes. I haven't gotten addicted, but I got a few friends that are really into it, and it seems good. It seems like a really cool show. But I know everyone's been freaking out about the finale. It was supposed to be the biggest watching audience for HBO ever, I guess, so far. Oh, Westworld Season 3 is coming out. I got to catch up on 2. I'm super behind, man. I just haven't been watching as much TV. I've just been busy, and I've been busy. I've just been so busy. I just can't watch anything. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood looks pretty cool. Like, I'm not the biggest Tarantino fan. I think he's kind of overrated. But that looks cool because of the setting and the cast. Love DiCaprio, love Pitt, Margot Robbie's a total babe. And I just love the era that it's in. And I know it's going to focus around the Tate murders and Charles Manson. That should be pretty cool. Detective Pikachu looks like a piece of shit. I'm going to say it. I loved Pokemon when I was a kid, but, your preferences change a tiny bit between, now and then. But yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people still freak out about it, but I think they kind of missed the boat. I think if that would have came out within the same year as like Pokemon Go, when everyone was jerking off to that, I think that would have been a big hit for them. But it just, I don't know. It didn't look like it needed to be made. I really don't know how I feel about that. In the news, they're saying Robert Pattinson is slated potentially to be the next Batman, which I'm actually okay with. I like Robert Pattinson, especially his recent stuff that he's done. Like his more indie films, like Good Time. I thought he was fantastic in. I loved him in Lost City of Z. He was really good, and he's got some serious acting chops. I mean, as far as visually, he wouldn't be my first choice for Batman off the top of my head. But who am I to say? Because he is a pretty great actor, and I think he could definitely handle it. I don't know if it's set in stone yet. I think they're like negotiating it right now, but I'd like to see that. I think if he would have done it like 10 years ago, he would have been a really good Terry McGinnis. But yeah, if he's going to be Bruce Wayne, apparently he's like 33, I think, which is 2 years older than Christian Bale was when he became Batman at 31. So it's totally doable, man, especially if he starts hitting the gym. And they've got time. When they make those movies, it takes a very, very long time. I remember when they were working on the atrocious Batman versus Superman movie, they started leaking pictures from the set, like, I want to say like a year and a half before it came out. Like, it takes time to make those movies, which just goes to show sometimes the more time you put into it doesn't guarantee a good final product. Because, yeah, I don't know. That movie, I was just not impressed, man. Not impressed. What else do we got? I'm just scrolling through Variety right now, seeing what we got going. Octavia Spencer on Ma. Boy, that movie looks terrible, doesn't it? She says, these types of roles haven't really been available to women of color. All right. Yeah, I don't know anything about the movie, but it looks weak because they're really advertising it, and it looks weird. Port Authority, Cannes Film Festival. Lena Bloom on trans representation. Now women like me have a seat at the table. Oh, this is all Variety is. It's all SJW stuff. Huh. It's fine. She can sit at the table, but we have to acknowledge she has a dick. But yeah, I don't know, man. This is funny. I see these people crying about no representation for women, but I'm looking on Variety and it's all women. It's all women, which is fine. I love women, but I don't know what you're bitching about, dude. There's one picture of Elton John, and then the rest is it's all chicks on here. Here's a picture of Lindsey Buckingham. Okay, so we got another guy. But yeah, I don't know what people are complaining about. They're making it sound like these women don't have the ability to act and aren't equals. Like, they're totally equals. I don't know what they're saying. There's some very talented actresses out there. I don't know what they're bitching about. I don't know. I think it's a narrative, honestly. Variety's just trying to be trendy, so they're putting all this stuff on here. And the site is probably operated by like 22-year-old, girls like right out of college. So yeah, I don't know what the hell they're bitching about. I see a lot of representation, so I don't get it. What else do we have here? Let's look at TV. It's going to be all Game of Thrones if we go into TV. Why the Game of Thrones finale couldn't have satisfied everyone. That's always how it is. Anytime a show ends, you're not going to make everyone happy. That's how it was with The Sopranos. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it by now. I don't know what's wrong with you, because it's like the best show ever. But you're not going to please everyone, because nobody wants the show to end. That's the thing. Whether you're looking at Sopranos, Breaking Bad, anything like that, you get attached to the characters, and you have a show that's so endearing, and you get so wrapped up in it, it takes up so much of your time. You don't want that to go away. It's like losing a friend, So no matter what, people are going to have criticism. There's always a different way they would have wanted to approach it, or, people argue, oh, there could have been one more season, there could have been another. Yeah, there could have, but like the Seinfeld thing, would it go down in quality if they kept it going? Would you really want that? I don't know. But yeah, you'll never please everyone. It says Game of Thrones series finale sets new high with 19.3 million viewers. Holy shit. Wow, that is a lot. Yeah, it's one of those I'll have to go back and I'll have to watch all the way through. Like, I'd like to binge it, Yeah, I just haven't had the time. There's so many shows I just need to catch up on, like Ozark. I loved season 1, but I haven't watched season 2 yet. Better Call Saul, I need to finish. I only have like one more episode. I'm pretty much caught up on that one. I'm actually, speaking of Sopranos, I'm excited. They're doing a prequel movie. I think it's a movie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a movie. And it's going to be with James Gandolfini's son as Tony, which actually sounds really cool. I'm actually pretty excited for that. Let's see, the Emmys. Nobody cares. Kim Kardashian tweets a cryptic complaint to Jack in the Box, and fans want to know what's up. Oh, we got to click this. Holy shit. This is the news people come for, okay? So you got a picture of Kim K with her titties hanging out, and and Jack, from Jack in the Box, wearing a jacket, looking kind of creepy. Kim Kardashian tweets a cryptic complaint to Jack in the Box, and fans want to know what's up. Kim Kardashian took to Twitter on May 20th to send cryptic tweets to fast food restaurant Jack in the Box about a complaint she has in regards to a visit to one of their locations, and fans are wondering what went wrong. Okay, what? Why is Kim Kardashian going to Jack in the Box? That's my first. Doesn't she have like her own personal chefs? I guess you just can't replicate those tacos. I don't know. Those ones with kind of the dog food filling, but they're delicious. So good. Especially at like 2 a.m. Ah, these are delicious, man. Kim Kardashian, 38. Wow, I didn't know she's 38. I guess she looks good. I don't know. It's hard to tell with all that work. 38, wow. Wants to fix something about one particular Jack in the Box location, but she's staying hush-hush about what it is. The Keeping Up with the Kardashian star sent the popular fast food joint a tweet that asked them to check on an email she sent to their corporate office in regards to something serious she observed at one of their restaurants she visited. Although she confirmed it wasn't about her or a wrong order, she didn't go into details about what she had seen. It's been driving her fans crazy. Hey, Jack in the Box, I have a serious complaint, but I won't fully put you on blast. Oh, thank God for that. That's the last thing you need. Check your corporate email inbox or send me a DM with direct person for my team to contact. Pronto. Kim's first tweet read, I would like to add that this is not about me or a wrong order. Nobody recognized me, and it's something that I observed that affected other customers at this particular location that was concerning. Okay, so it doesn't give you any details, just like all these other fucking stories. It's clickbait. However, I do have a Jack in the Box story for you. It's actually not my story, it's my dad's story. A few years ago, I remember my dad went into a Jack in the Box, and he got an order to go, and it was super busy, and the guy behind the counter had a cut on his hand, and he got blood all over the to-go bag when he handed it to my dad. And my dad was like, "What the fuck, dude? What are you doing?" And nobody in line seemed to care. And he literally just left it there on the counter. He's like, "This is disgusting." No, and he went over, he told the manager, he's like, "Dude, your guy's bleeding all over the food that he's handing out to people. Get that shit fixed." And so he left, obviously, like anyone would. Super disgusting. So that's my gross Jack in the Box story. So I will say that location, never going to go to again. Yeah, I don't know, man. As far as fast food goes, like obviously we enjoy fast food, but I don't. I really don't frequent Jack in the Box very much. I do Taco Bell. Taco Bell's probably my favorite go-to. Whataburger here and there, stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy just how addicted we are in America to fast food. I mean, who knows? Other parts of the world it might be, but I think America, it's very pronounced, definitely. And I think just the salt and the high fructose corn syrup and the sodium and the sugars and all that shit. It's like it's very addicting. It's like crack, and it's so cheap too, and it's fast. And I think it's really hard for people to break that habit. I mean, it's good. There's a lot of healthy options out there for people if you want to start cleansing your diet, but the availability of cheap and unhealthy food is just crazy. It's almost like an epidemic. And I think that's why you have so many obese people, I don't know. Eat a salad. That's what I'm saying. Eat a salad. I've been trying to do that. I'm not even a huge salad fan, but I've been trying to force down a salad at least once a day if I can. But it's tough. It's tough to go from being a complete slob to, which I am, to eating more clean. It's a tough transition for sure. The best thing I think is throwing in some workouts. If you're working out, you'll be more inclined to eat clean. That way you're not wasting your time at the gym. I think that's definitely a good thing to do. But I got a long way to go, man. It takes a long time, definitely. If you want to see serious change, you really got to work your ass off. And it's tough, especially when you're lazy. It's really hard. Yeah, my advice is just consistency. That's what I've been trying to do, because I've been trying to be less of a fat fuck and try to work out more and eat a little bit cleaner. But yeah, biggest thing I've seen is just consistency, just staying consistent. All right, let's see what else we have going on here. So what I've been trying to do every episode here, this is the first one, but I'm going to try to give out some recommendations on things. My music recommendation for the week would be the Raconteurs' new song, their new single, Help Me Stranger. Really cool. They just released an accompanying music video. Love those guys. Check it out, Raconteurs. And then my buddy and I were talking yesterday about this movie called Employee of the Month, the one with Matt Dillon and Steve Zahn. Not to be confused with the one with Dane Cook. But yeah, Employee of the Month. And it's a super underrated movie. It's kind of an indie movie, and highly recommend. Highly recommend. So those are my two recommendations for the week. What else do we have going on? Thinking about getting back into stand-up. Start doing some little shows and some open mics and stuff around the valley, trying to kind of get my feet wet again, because I haven't done it in a couple years. And I've been kind of looking for a new creative outlet, and I've been kind of in a good place lately as far as writing. And I've been writing down a lot of stand-up ideas, so I think the time has finally come. I'm gonna get back into stand-up and start getting my feet wet. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun during the summer, definitely. I don't have anything big set up yet, because got to kind of shake off the dust a little bit and get the gears turning again and practice. That's the big thing. Practice, practice, practice. But that'll be fun. That'll be fun. What else do we have going on? Working on a couple projects. We'll probably try to do a few more things for the Unfazed channel. We have a bunch of skits that we have on the backlog, but we just haven't gotten around to filming them yet. We're kind of working on getting our schedules synced up and everything, but there's definitely going to be some stuff on the horizon, so keep your eyes open on the channel for sure. If you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And as far as this goes, I'm going to try to keep up with this as often as I can. I'm not going to promise every week because I feel like sometimes if you set a goal like that, you don't you don't stick with it. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just super lazy. But ideally, I'd like to do it once a week, kind of like the Monday morning podcast, like one of those. We'll see how it goes, though. We'll see how it goes. This just seemed like a good little outlet, little echo chamber for me. Still working on stuff with the other guys, definitely. Oh, you know what? There was one thing I actually wanted to talk about that I was thinking this past week when I was feeling a little under the weather. And I'd like to throw this out to you, listeners, as well. I was thinking about how when you're a creative type, whether you're a writer or a musician, performer, whatever you may be, how this specifically pertains to writers and filmmakers. You're always kind of waiting for someone to come in and say, here you go. Here's that dream role. Here is that budget for that big project. Here you go. You're always kind of waiting for that call. And what I've come to realize as I'm getting a little bit older is that call is probably never going to come unless you really work your ass off and start putting content out there on your own. And this is just the reality, man. And so that really lit a fire under me thinking about it. I was like, okay, if you just sit around, nobody wants your script. Let's be real. Nobody wants your script. It's hard enough to even have your friends read your script. You think somebody actually wants to throw money at some unknown? No. You have to prove yourself first, and you have to start putting content out there. And luckily now, it's really easier than ever. It's absolutely easier than ever with the advent of YouTube and all these streaming services and the ability to create your own content and put it out there with no budget. I mean, it's like invest in yourself a little bit, buy a camera. I mean, hell, some of the phones, it's like, dude, you can shoot in 4K. Like, ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, you can shoot stuff on your fucking phone and upload it to the internet the same day. Like, dude, there's no excuse. Start making some stuff. If you have good ideas and you have a solid team of people, you can do pretty much anything. I mean, obviously you're not going to do, big sci-fi, big budget stuff with big sets, but if you have some funny ideas, you can roll with them and you can make them happen. Absolutely. Start putting stuff out there. Start putting content out there, because that phone isn't going to ring unless, there's a reason, unless you have some content already out there. And don't hang all your hopes and dreams on someone else making your dream come true. You have to take initiative, definitely. And that's something that really, I don't know, it's really been on my mind this week. And I was thinking just how quickly time is passing by. A year isn't what it used to be. It's like, and every year that you get older, the definition of a year changes. Your perception of time changes. And I was just thinking, it's like, okay, this summer, wouldn't it be great to up the content? More podcasts, more travel vlogs, more sketch comedy, whatever. Just put shit out there for people to look at. Because, yeah, if you just remain dormant, I mean, there's some people I know, I'm not going to name any names, a couple acquaintances that I have that really were rocking the YouTube game like 4 or 5 years ago. They were killing it. Like, lots and lots and lots of views, like 1 million, like, quite a bit. And then they stopped. And no judgment there. I mean, they might have had some family issues, whatever, I don't know. But the thing is, they stopped. And then they tried to get back in the game 5 years later, and the audience was gone. And they kind of had to start back from square one, which is okay. I mean, I'm sure some of their fans will still be around, and it'll be doable. But I think the key is just making stuff consistently. I mean, it's okay if you're like super famous and you've made movies for a few years and you go on a little hiatus. That's different. But if you're not established yet, that can be, devastating to your presence online, And I'm not an expert on this shit, obviously, but it's just something I was thinking about. I was just thinking, the time is now. I was actually listening to Norm Macdonald the other day, as I tend to do, and he was saying, when people ask him when's the best time to start stand-up, he says, right now. Right now. Because if you wait another 6 months, it's like, that's 6 months you could have been refining your craft, And I think that applies to everything, whether you're talking about stand-up or acting or writing or podcasting or directing or whatever it is you want to do. Just make that shit, man. Make it happen. If you're by yourself, get a fucking microphone and make a podcast. Put it out there. Anyone can do it. If you have a couple other friends that like to do the same kind of thing, make a crew. Make a crew. Go out and film. Invest in some equipment. It's really not that expensive. Get a Rode mic. Get a basic camera, something that shoots in 1080p, and go out there and do some stuff. If you don't have the money, shoot on your phone. I don't know. But put stuff out there, because the more and more you do it, the better and better it'll get. And you'll get into a groove, and the next thing you know, you'll have a whole library of stuff. So that's my sage advice to you guys, is to create. Put your shit out there. Don't stress about it. It doesn't have to be perfect the first time, or the second time, or the third time. But over time, it will get better. All right, guys. Well, I think that concludes the first episode of Total BS. If you'd like to write in, we have the email, unfazedmedia@gmail.com. Go ahead and shoot me some questions, and in the subject line, put Total BS, and maybe I'll, or questions to Ben, whatever. And maybe, just maybe, I'll read it. All right, take care, guys. Thanks for listening.